All right, when you were cutting your string, you may either, it may look something like this, come in this roll, or it may come on this little spool. So what you want to do is measure it out. So your colors, depending on which method you are going to do, you are going to measure the colors to be 3 feet. So just take it and unwrap it. So that's 3 feet, so 3 rulers. Okay, and then when you're done with the ones on the spool, they have these little grooves in it. So take the ending and slide it in that groove. Okay, so slide it in the groove so that the next person can find the tail of that easily. If you are pulling it from here, then you'll want to take one of those off and find your end. All right, so find your end on your next color and then measure and cut. So again, 3 feet. All right, so once you have your 3 choices, then you're going to gather all of the ends together. Okay, make sure they're not tangled. All right, and so you want to move down about 2 inches or so. Well, I would probably go for more like 4 inches. So about at 4 inches, you're going to make a little loop. And so I kind of go over 2 fingers and go under and then over and through. Okay, so you need to make sure there's enough, at least 2 or 3 inches of excess. This is going to be what you tie with the other end. So make your knot, okay, and then right on that knot, you need a little piece of masking tape. So sometimes when I have students do this, or when I do one at home, you know, it's, you can tape it to the table, or you can tape it and you want it kind of right above that knot. Or you can tape it to your jeans, like your pant leg, whatever works, okay? So Miss Fikes showed you one method, and I'm gonna show you another method. So this method, you would just need 3 strands, 3 different colors. And what you'll do is make sure your ends don't knot up. My ends knotted up. Okay, so I'm gonna have 2 strands together in the middle, and then I have 1 over here on the left. And you may want to work opposite if you are not right-handed, but this is what I do. So I have this going off to the left, and then I'm going to make sure that this goes under. Okay, so you're left with these on top. So this orange piece is under, and then I'm going to take the end and put it through while holding these 2 in place. So I'm going to pull that around, and it makes a knot. So it went over, under, and through that loop. And then you want to hold this, grab this tight, and slide your knot up. Okay, and so you do the same color and make a pattern. So you would stick with the same color, make sure you pull this taut, tight, and then make sure that this, let me zoom in, make sure that this is not overlapping it, it's just going right up against it. So I kind of use my nail and then pull. And so I'm going to do that same motion. And after a while, it becomes a muscle memory. And so it's very therapeutic to me, I think. So you want to make sure that your colors are not showing. And so for this method, the knots are going to twist so that you have a linear kind of movement. So I like to do, you can do like, keep kind of the same number. So you kind of have to keep count with this one. So I just kind of push this up, line it up, and pull a little tight. So, and you can kind of keep count. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, so I'm gonna do 5. And so this beading is starting to twist. So I think it looks the coolest if I do 10. So I'm just gonna do 10 of the same color. Once I have my 10, then, or whatever number you choose to do, I'm gonna pick my next color. So I want it to be green. So I'm gonna pull this to the left now and group my orange and pink together. And then I'm going to do the same thing. Under, over, and through. Okay? So, under, over, and through. And then right up against where I left off for orange. And then I would do 10. Ready to switch to my pink. So I'm going to say pink over here and then group my orange and green together. And then I would do 10 with that. So this one is great if you want more color options. It does not need the hemp rope in the middle, so it's a little bit more of a flexible bracelet. This is the one I used to make my friends all the time when I was younger. I mean, I guess I could make it for my friends now, but you know. So you want to make sure that you're always pulling these tight. And so, I mean, you could use tape on a table, you could use like a safety pin and put it in your jeans, whatever works. I think I have about one more, kind of lost count. Okay, and then I would go back to orange and just keep with that pattern or change up the pattern or whatever you want to do, but this option kind of gives you a few more color options. Alright, so I'm finishing this last color. So usually most people's wrists are about 6 to 7 inches around. It just depends on how loose or tight you want it to fit. So as you're getting close to 6 inches or so, you can measure by taking this and kind of just wrapping it around, and you want your colors to kind of match up. So I like mine not to fit super tight because I want to be able to get it off and on. So I'm going to finish up this green, and then I'll show you how to knot it and tie it off here. Let me zoom in. All right, I'm going to, I have quite a bit left, but that's okay. I just wanted to give you guys plenty to work with. I'm gonna go over, under, around, very similar knot to what we've been doing with all 3 strands. And then I want to scooch that knot right up against where it ended. Okay, so then, and if you're, what you can do, take that tape off. Okay, so you have the 2 ends knotted, and then you want to probably have the strands about even as well. So I'm just going to cut all that excess off, and then you can tie it around. So you can loosely just kind of knot here and then do another knot, which is called like a square knot. And then you can slip it around, or you can have a friend tie it on for you, or you can put it on like this, have someone knot it for you like that, and then you can, if it's loose enough, slide that on and off. I don't really like mine too loose. You could also just make it an anklet, like it doesn't have to be a bracelet. Here. And some people like to have the strands dangle. I don't like that much dangling, so I'm gonna trim it. And I can just kind of slip it on and off. So there we have it.